Thank you for downloading the new IBJ Media App. My name is Chris Spangle, and I am the Director of Digital Content, and I'm going to walk you through the new features of the app. So the first screen you're going to see is to log in with your subscription. So what if you don't have a subscription? Well, you click Next, and Next will show you a little bit about our three brands that will be in this app. Then you click through and you get to this screen where you're supposed to put in your credentials, and you just click down in the bottom left, you click skip, and that will take you to the app. Now, I will say it is a fair bit easier to use the content in the app if you are a subscriber to the Indianapolis Business Journal and Inside Indiana Business, or the Indiana Lawyer, or all three. You'll see this little lock button here above the word more in the headline, and that's because that is locked. So you can become a business news subscriber and get access to that article. But you will notice that many of the articles are locked down. So podcasts are free and open, and you can listen there, as are many of the videos. So let's say you are a subscriber. Let me show you that process. Click login, and then you'll add your email. If you don't know your email, you can click forget password. Now, if it is your first time opening the app, it is not for me. You will see a list of questions. You'll only answer these one time. As you can see, I can't get back to it, but it is a series of questions on your interests and where you're based. If you're based in central Indiana, you'll be given in this home screen feed a lot of more stories about your local area. If you're from northern Indiana or southern Indiana, you might see more articles from your region from Inside Indiana Business. That initial opening questions are how to best serve you articles that you find the most interesting. So this feed is made up of the two top stories, and then you'll see in the images on the right, a little symbol, IL, IBJ, IBJ, that tells you what brand that is from. And it is all three publications in a single stream. Up in the top right, you'll see notifications. I don't have any notifications. I cleared all those out, but you will get push alerts if you allow push alerts to get updated breaking news, similar to the way that you get them in your email. You also have a search feature that will search. Let's put in Eli Lilly. And this search feature will scan the database of articles for all three brands and in the history of these entire websites. Now, let's go back to topics. Again, these topics pull from all three websites. You can find things like real estate, law, north of 96, opinion down here at the bottom. If you click those, it will show you articles that are tagged with arts and entertainment from our three news sites. Now let's go back to the home page here and click publications. This gives you access to the PDF of the printed publications for IBJ and the Indiana Lawyer, as well as our magazines and supplements. So if you were to click IBJ here, you'll see the articles in an easy-to-read format here, or you can scroll back up here, press Digital Edition, and it will download that PDF, and you can read the same paper that you would get in your mailbox. Same thing for magazines and supplements, for instance. If you want to read Forefront from June, then you can go in here and click through these pages. So back to the news page, the second tab here is video. If you click that, you'll see all the videos from our three brands in a single feed. And then up at the top, you'll see IIB TV show. This is our weekly Inside Indiana Business with Gary Dick television show, and this is the full show. If you were to click that, then you would get the TV show. You also can turn your phone sideways as long as your phone isn't locked, and you can see it in full screen. So let's click the X to go back out. And then we also have the videos from our events. So if you missed, let's say, Home 2025 Home is Key, you can press that and you can go.
Well, good morning, everyone.
And watch those videos. Let's go to the next tab on the bottom down here called Podcasts. This is the stream from all 11 of our podcasts. You can see them in the most recent episode is the one at the top, and then it descends. And so you can see, for instance, yesterday's update on Radio on Demand, and also Brian Schutt being interviewed by Gary Dick on Business and Beyond, and the IBJ podcast with Mason King with Indiana's first Miss Basketball. Let's say you want to listen to that episode. You press the play button.
This is the IBJ podcast for the week of Monday.
We'll see down in the bottom right the waveform, the little orange waveform. You can click and drag that over to the little trash can here to stop it, or press the waveform, and then you get this player, and you have the option down here to stop and close the player. If you go out of the app and lock your screen, you still will hear those podcasts. Say you didn't finish it, you want to catch it later, just click the star right there. You could do that on any of the articles as well. Want to read this article for later, and then we go over to our saved, and they will be saved right there. And then let's go ahead and delete those. The other thing on podcasts is up at the top, if you scroll, you'll see all the individual podcasts. So you can click television podcast and listen to the most recent television podcast, Life of Ann with Tiffany Souter. Let's see, the Indiana Lawyer podcast with Maura Johnson, and all of the back archives for each of the podcasts. It's a great way to stay in touch with what we are releasing every single day, including Radio on Demand twice a day, which gives you a quick update on the headlines in podcast form. Another great audio feature is if you go to any article, let's go to More Hoosier Emergency Responders, and you click Listen to this story.
More Hoosier Emergency Responders activated for Texas flood help by Leslie Bonilla Muniz.
You can listen to any one of our stories within the app as well. So, you just click the orange waveform to bring this up if you want to.
Indiana Capitol Chronicle.
Have the ability to control the app. So let's go to events, and you can see what events are coming up. Let's say you want to go to 20 in their 20s on August 12th. It gives you the location, the address. You can also click register to buy your ticket. It will show you who's participating in these events. It will show you the sponsors for these events. And if you scroll to the bottom here, you can also see what events you may have missed. Let me scroll up. So now, let me start back at the home page. You'll see up in the top left something that is often called the Hamburger, right? Because it's a little stack, how I'm going to refer to it today. So let's click that. First on this menu, many of the items on here are shortcuts for the bottom row. Okay, so let's say we're over in events and we're on a page, click back. We want to get over to video quickly. We can click that Hamburger and get back to it. So let's click settings and start there. So you've got help and support. Several ways that we can help you. We've got a help center that will give you some FAQs on certain things relating to login and technical issues, account and subscriptions, events, just some frequently asked questions that you might see, and you can read through those. You can also click customer service, and this is a button that I would encourage you to use. Reach out to Jason Hunkler. He is the man that takes care of all your subscription needs. If you want to subscribe to both publications, then please get in touch with Jason, and you can send him a message and say, hello, and click submit. Oh, hello, Jason. All right. Click submit. And the message is sent over to Jason, and he will probably be wondering why that happened. So you can also click Contact Us, and this gives you a list of all the different folks that you can contact here at IBJ. So let's say you want to get to know our editorial staff. It has their email, and our production staff, our administrative staff, our phone numbers and emails are all listed there. Your account information is here. You can report a problem with the app. right here. So if you're finding any issues with the app, we want you to let us know. We don't want you just to delete the app and say, oh, this doesn't work. Why bother? And we want to know what technical issues we're having so we can problem solve those, so we can troubleshoot those. So please report a problem. We really want to know what you're thinking about the app and how you're experiencing it. Terms of service, I know you'll read those. Privacy policy, definitely make sure you check those out. And then we also have discussion and submission guidelines, just how we like our audience to interact with various folks. So that is help and support. So let's go back to device management. You can log in here. So this is one quirk of the app. Yes, you are in the IBJ Media app. And I clicked a link to the Indianapolis Business Journal. And unfortunately, I have to log in again one single time. Okay. And by logging in that one time, I will never hit this screen again. But you do have to log in because we have accessed the website, the browser, and we're now no longer in the app, which is why you see done at the top left. But you'll see active sessions. I logged in here earlier and saw one for Dublin, Ohio. I have never been to Dublin, Ohio, so I was able to get rid of that and click that off. And all you do is just click the X if something seems off and click remove. And there you go. That active session is logged out, and it just keeps your account safe and secure. You also have the ability to do editorial submissions. So let's say you want to make an anonymous tip, or if you want to be contacted, then you can type your tip for our news teams right there within the app. Newsletters allows you to double check and make sure that you're subscribed to all of the newsletters that we offer. If you go through here, you can see all the many different brands and their email newsletters. News source. So in that front page, let's say you are not a subscriber to one of these two publications, then you can toggle that off. Let's say you're an Indiana Lawyer subscriber, but you're not an IBJ subscriber. You can toggle that off. And what that does is it turns that news section down here into an Indiana Lawyer only publication. Okay, but I am a subscriber to all three, so I like to have that on. So I'm going to go back to News Source and turn that back on. My account gives you access to your information. Subscriptions, it shows you, where you're at in terms of your end date, subscriber date. Newsletters is the same thing as I just showed you. Orders shows you your most recent orders within your account. So let's say your most recent order for a yearly subscription to the Indianapolis Business Journal. And then events will show you it will show you the details for events that you have attended, right? So I went to the Fast 25 and it shows that I bought one ticket, and it just gives you your past event orders. Device management, same thing. We showed you that. We're not going to click delete account because I don't want to do that. Newsletters, you also have the ability to check those newsletters right here. Again, Content Studio shows you some of our thought leadership series content that you can read through, sponsored content, and there's more information on what that Content Studio actually is. And then down here at the bottom is feedback. Again, please do not hesitate to reach out to Jason Hunkler. He is very helpful. He loves talking to our customers, and he's happy to help, especially if you have any feedback from the app. Hey, I love this. I don't like that. I wish you would. All of that is great feedback for us, especially in the early stages of the app. And then notifications, you can turn off or turn on those push notifications. So that is the app. We hope that you enjoy it. If you don't, again, let me show you how to contact Jason Hunkler. You click feedback right down there on the left side and get in touch with Jason. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. We hope it helped you.